Hey everyone, this is Ryan B with Practical Forex Trading. This is your weekly analysis for the euro dollar. So the European euro versus the US dollar. The date is April 5th, 2020. Make sure you subscribe to our channel by clicking that red subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. So let's go ahead and pull this over here. We're looking at the daily chart for the euro, and my sentiment is bearish. Okay, so this is a multi-year downtrend from 2018. We're just talking about the most recent range. The last couple weeks, typically I've been showing the weekly chart, but this is a little bit more relevant in the current day trading zone. But we still see in that regards that the euro is bearish. A lot of U.S. dollar strength. So this is this price channel. It's a little bit more erratic. We see the same type of descending triangle parallel trend channel going on like the Aussie dollar. But the euro has a little bit more volatility, so we see these big giant spikes. But with that recent price action, this is essentially what happened. This upper parallel, this trend channel up here, price went up and tested it. Then came back crashing down, made another failed rally at $1.11. That's where we kind of started last week, right? Price moves all the way down, losing about 300 pips into this $1.08 range to close the week. Friday's candle, very bearish, right? So price is testing this low here at 107.84, and good chance we'll see it sometime this week. Test it again, if not, go through it. So let's go ahead and pull up our pivot points. Let's go on the 4-hour, and I'm going to reframe this. Okay. So I went ahead and mapped out the pivot points before the video started. So our pivot this week is at 109.08. So I'm going to take a horizontal line and represent that. 109.08 right there, that's our pivot. That's kind of like our most likely scenario that price will visit the pivot at some time this week. Once the market opens, your price will swing a certain direction and then head the opposite direction, right? Which is pretty apparent it has to, but usually the pivot is one of the first place that price approaches. So we did have a couple bullish 4-hour candles here on Friday. Potential for this week to kind of float up to the pivot before our next big sell-off. Price is still moving ahead of this 4-hour fast pretty significantly. We've got a lot of gap there, so as price kind of shores up to it, then we'll look for our next big selling opportunity. Let's see, R1 at 110.43. It's right there. If price did spike up above the pivot and above this descending trend channel, then we'd see test of the 110.43 line, which, as we can see, if we look at these candles back here, price closed above or below this range here a number of times over the last couple weeks. So that'd be our first most resistance. But it's going to be a congested ride, right? We've got resistance here, the pivot. We've got resistance to the moving average. We have resistance with the descending trend channel. But if we get a big, markets go volatile, it'll spike up R1 first target. If R1's broken, 1279 is R2. So up here. That's up here. And we can see once again, we've got candles. Price moved up into this range here and then was quickly forced out within a couple of days. And so that's one thing to remember when we're looking at the 4-hour chart. This stuff takes a long time to roll out, right? Each one of these represents 4 hours, so there's 6 candles in a day. So you get 30 candles in a week, and that takes a long time to roll out. So just make sure if you're trading with the 4-hour, the daily, that you're patient when you think about where price is going, because it might take a while. So R3 is completely off this chart now, so I'm not going to worry so much about R3 unless R2 is broken. Let's talk about support. We've got support at 1.0671. Down here. Last lows, okay? and it's a good chance on the hourly, if we were to look at the hourly, that this trend will just kind of continue to float down to support. So that could also be the first move of the week, is that we see price travel down to support one, and then come back up and hit our pivot. Right, once again, that most likely scenario that price will visit at some point this week. So if S1 is broken, support 1, support 2 is 1.0536. Now that's all the way down here. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. Right below this line. So S2 is all the way down there. I think I messed up this S1. Hold on. 1.0671. Okay. Alright, there we go. Much better. Yeah, so this week in the euro should be pretty interesting. Should see more price action. U.S. dollar is strong for the time being. Anyways, everyone have a great week. I wish you lots of profit.